Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what is your current resistance? And to do this reading we'll be using the Kali deck. It's a deck that I'm very grateful for. I love Kali, and we will be choosing 3 piles together. So for pile number 1, this is the form. For pile number 2, wonderful. For pile number 3, I feel this one. Let's see what form this is. So this is pile number 3. If you like to choose with crystals, give me a second and I'll be adding that right in. Alright, so for pile number 1, we have the Lapis Lazuli. For pile number 2, we have the green Aventurine. And for pile number 3, we have the yellow Aventurine. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, or 3 crystals, and that is probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, then perhaps there are different messages of resistance that you may want to hear. Always trust your intuition, because it will always guide you to the right readings. In fact, if you even feel drawn to all of the piles, take a look, listen to your intuition, and see what messages you have within these 3 beautiful piles. So I'll see you in your reading, and you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I'll see you in a matter of seconds. Hi, pile number 1. So this is the card that you have chosen. Oh, let me adjust that. The beautiful Mahakali, as well as the Lapis Lazuli. Now, let's take a look at your cards. Can you see your crystal? Let me add it right there. That's right. Okay, so we are going to be taking another oracle card before we pick up your tarot, and we're gonna ask, what is pile number 1's current resistance, please? What is pile number 1's current resistance? Wow, wow, wow. So you have the destroyer. This is really powerful, considering the fact that it's coming right next to the Mahakali. Powerful energy here. Okay, now let's pick up your tarot cards. How about if we shift this here? How about we leave this here? Let me adjust this and come back. This reading seems so magical. You can already feel like there's light coming out of here. Strong light. You see a lot of fierceness here. Okay, so now I'm going to be picking up your tarot cards. Such strong energy. And we're going to be asking, what is pile number 1's current resistance, please? What is pile number 1's current resistance, please? So you have the 3 of Wands. You have the 5 of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. And you have the 5 of Swords. Very interesting. So pile number 1, taking a close look at your reading here. Centering this reading, we have the Ace of Pentacles, kind of showing me that you may want to start something in the 3D. You want to begin something, especially that we have the 3 of Wands here, which is embarking on a new journey. But this is in conjunction to the 5 of Wands, which could perhaps deal with internal conflict, especially that she's dealing with her internal dragon. And so I'm seeing a lot of internal conflict about starting something, wanting to really start, but there is here a lack of belief. Despite the fact that you have the Queen of Wands, it shows me that you're someone who's meant to shine, who's meant to succeed. The Queen of Wands is confident in her abilities, but you see in this specific Queen of Wands, a Queen of Wands that is worried, holding on to her child, or perhaps your inner child, maybe afraid of something not working, or beating yourself up too much, or having impossibly sometimes high standards. Could that be? But the main thing that is your current resistance to where you want to begin here, it's your lack of belief that things can go right for you. And to only look at it from, I don't want to say logical standpoint, because it may not be analyzed correctly. Let me explain what I want to say here. So you do see here Mahakali, and you do see her 10 armed, her arms with 10, she's armed with 10 weapons, sacred weapons, the Mahakali. Now, she is first of the 10 wisdom goddesses, and she's steadies the anxious mind. She reassures the heart. And attempting to understand how things will work out, how Mahakali, or the universe, or the energy around you, whatever you believe in, can help you make sense of what's going on, how it's going to work, answer the questions of, well, how is this going to work if I don't have this or if I don't have that, would be understanding this divine wisdom would be like trying to cram an entire ocean into a teacup, because the wisdom here is so vast sometimes on our perspective that is quite limited. And so to overcome this resistance is to embark on what we need to embark on without all the fears and the worries that we have, without being very harsh on ourselves, beating ourselves up on whether we can do it or not, whether we have the creativity or not. And allow the creativity and the resourcefulness and the unlimited vision of the divine to take effect in our lives. And again, with divine, this could be anything that you believe in, the universe, the energy. Let it take its course, because we may not always have it figured out right. And we've seen in so many instances how people who did not seem like they could be lucky, did not seem like it would work out for them, it just worked out fine. And sometimes we need to try out and not be afraid, and see how it's going to work out for us and not be too afraid, and let our light shine. Because you have the Queen of Wands here. With the Queen of Wands, you're someone who's full of creativity. You're someone who's fully capable. Someone who can shine, persevere, create something wonderful for themselves and for others, because the Queen of Wands builds her queendom as she helps others along the way. And so your biggest advice here is to destroy this lack of belief that you may not have the resourcefulness for it, or any excuse, or any limitations that may be standing in your way to achieve exactly what it is that you want. Especially with the Lapis Lazuli that you picked. It's all, the Lapis Lazuli is all about transformational energy as well. It's a very, very beautiful stone that's been sought after by the ancient Egyptians. They believed it had the capabilities of immortality. The power, of immortality. And so there's a lot of power to you, pile number 1. And I see Mahakali here coming to tell you to let your worries, leave your worries to the universe, to the divine. Sometimes, like we discussed, you cannot cram an entire ocean into a teacup. And with our limited perceptions sometimes, we may think that things may not work out, while they could work out with flying colors. And so the advice here is to destroy the resistance of embarking on something. Destroy the excuses. Take the excuses as feedback and see what you can do about it. But don't let it limit you. Don't believe that you can't. Chop these ideas off. Whenever they come into your mind, chop it off and just give it a try. Pile number 1. There's something in your heart here that you're dying to begin. I wonder what this is. Maybe we can pick out your tarot card. Pick one card. We might find out what it is. Or it could be different from each one watching this reading. But let's see. What is this matter that's in your heart that you would wish to embark on or to begin? You have the Knight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. So it's very clear here to me, pile number 1, the exact wish is not depicted here, but I have more information here that's very important. This is something that you're really hoping that you can pursue. Your heart screams for it. It makes you feel alive. And as long as you're not pursuing it, you feel stressed. You might protect yourself from not beginning, thinking that it's the right thing to do, but it makes you dead on the inside. Not pursuing this dream that you want, not being the person that you want. And you hiding from it to feel safe is in itself creating anxiousness, stress, worry, background stress. There's a monster that you're not tackling, a quiet elephant in the room that you choose not to look at. Even though it's big, it's there, it's calling out for you. You know you want it. And pretending it's not there is not going to make it go away. It's only going to push more desire, because when you suppress something, it pushes back, it tugs back. That's how energy works. It tugs back in the form of feeling anxious, of feeling dead on the inside. And this is why there is this advice of destroying this resistance, to giving it a chance. Sometimes your analysis about whether things may work or may not work are fragments of the imagination that must be destroyed so that you can see it for yourself, and to put your faith on a higher power. Is there a deity that you believe in? Can you put your trust in Mahakali? Can you put your trust in God, in the universe, on a higher power, to understand that there is bigger power around us and that we're not alone, and to find power within us, to trust this higher power, to trust that things will work out fine, and sometimes we do not see the full picture, and to give ourselves the chance to try out something that our hearts really want, our hearts are calling out for. And the more we ignore it, the more it kills us on the inside. Pile number 1. So how long will you let this strong desire, as well as the pain, be an important part of your life that is there in the background, and not destroying it fully, and giving yourself the chance to try and to begin and to see? Who knows, maybe you'll have this beautiful dream come true, right? You know what I want to do? I want to pick up your tarot cards and seek advice from Spirit on what you may want to do, how to go about this. Pile number 1. Right, so let me pick it up. Can we kindly get advice for pile number 1, please? How can they overcome their current resistance, please? How can pile number 1 overcome their current resistance? Thank you very much. Okay. So, pile number 1, you have the 4 of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Wands. And you have the 7 of Cups. So what I'm seeing with this combination, the 4 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Cups, a great way to train yourself to take yourself out of this resistance, as I see from Spirit here, is whenever you feel like the 4 of Pentacles, you feel like you don't have enough resources, you're scared holding on to what you have. Whenever you have the energy of holding on and not moving, do the opposite. Pile number 1. Aim at what you want and move quickly towards it. And you will realize with the 7 of Cups here that you'll figure it out along the way. By sitting down and not doing anything about it and just imagining it, you will always find resistance, and you will always find all the things that would hinder you from doing things. But you'll be surprised that when you actually start moving and getting into the process and figuring it out, you'll see that during that time, as you're working on it, you'll find the right information. Because you're in the flow, you'll find other people doing it, and maybe you can learn from them. You'll find yourself finding creative ideas. You'll find yourself in the water, your hands are dirty, you're working on it, and you're figuring it out as you go. Pile number 1. But to sit down and not do anything about it, you will never be able to see your potential and just how much you can do. And The same goes with every single thing in life that we think about and we don't try. Once we do dip our toes into the water and try it out, we realize that we're figuring it out. We're getting ideas. The resources come our way. What we call as coincidences start to happen. We start getting the right information. We get creative. We figure it out and we celebrate it. And it just starts working. It's figuring it out as you go, faking it until you make it. Learning more about it as you do it. Believe me, pile number one. With all the things in life, like a homework that had to be done in the last few minutes. We figured it out and we did it. Or a certain situation that we were stuck in and we found ourselves talking to people, voicing out what we want, and things are just working out. We surprise ourselves a lot of the time when we step into what we want to try out and figure out, and we eventually figure it out. We do it and it works. And this is your invitation from Spirit here to begin what your heart is yearning for and calling for, and to destroy the sounds that are hindering you from the creative powerhouse that you are with the Queen of Wands, and to just allow it to happen, to aim for it like it's going to happen, and to figuring it out as you go along. Pile number one. So pile number one, that was your reading. I truly hope you heed the call, and I am wishing you all the best of luck with this endeavor. May you succeed with flying colors. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. So you have chosen the green Aventurine as well as the Durga Kalika. And let's take a look at your cards to find out exactly what your current resistance is. Pile number two. Let's shuffle with intention. What is pile number two's current resistance? I'm very excited because I love the Durga Kalika, such fierce energy. And I'm wondering what your reading is going to be about. Pile number two. What is your current resistance? So we have the vessel. How interesting. You know, with the vessel here, this reminds me of the birth story of Kali. We'll talk about that actually in a second, but we'll see how this is all coming together in your reading. All right. Let's now pick up your tarot cards. This is in the dark. Let's bring it out into the light. Wonderful. Okay. So, again, let's shuffle with intention. What is your current resistance? Pile number two. What is your current resistance? Thank you. Okay, so 2, 3, and 4. I also feel this one. 5. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have, oh wow, you have the moon. So this resistance, obviously with the moon here, has to do with some subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is controlling it at the moment. You may not always be aware of this resistance. This is becoming interesting by the second. You have the 9 of Swords. have the Four of Wands. You have the World. And you have the Devil. All right. With the Devil card here, I'm kind of seeing that your mind is playing some sort of trick on you here. And along with that, with your mind playing tricks here, I'm also seeing that there might be some sort of unfairness happening in your life as well. That is causing a lot of stress, obviously, to you with the Nine of Swords. You're feeling a bit afraid. You're feeling reclused. You don't want to face these fears. And you're giving these fears bigger weight than they are. You might unconsciously be taking it out of proportion, when in fact you have it in your hands to end this cycle, to be bold, to hit it right on the head. But you might be afraid, and this is where the resistance is here. You want to end something that is causing stress to you, that is causing you a lot of worries, that is quite unfair. Yet, you are afraid of facing it. But when you look at your cards, you have the World and the Four of Wands, meaning you are fully capable of celebrating this and ending the cycle, that you have the power. And let's talk about power here, especially that we've noticed the birth of a Kali here in this reading. So, first of all, Durga Kalika is fierce. She ensures success for the soul. And so she is the unexpected victory that arises at the moment when all seems lost. She transforms tragedy into triumph. And so even at birth, you do see here, let me show it to you. So with the vessel here, when one of Kali's birth stories, yes, she erupts in this frenzy of divine wrath and capitulated out of the third eye of the goddess Durga and straight onto the battlefield to arrest the rising power of evil forces. So you see this fierceness right from birth. And what I'm seeing here as a message for you is that you are greatly supported by good luck. And this is what Durga Kalika is all about. Ensuring victory at the moment where all seems lost. And so this is why you have celebration and an end of a cycle here. By you taking out the resistance that you cannot do it, that you cannot deal with the situation, that it's scary. This is a false idea. You know how they say the devil only wins if you believe in the devil's power. That's when the devil wins. But you are an all-powerful being. You have the capability of being fierce, getting in touch with your inner power and facing this challenge head on without being intimidating. And believe with the good luck here that you will overcome this situation that you're worried about, pile number 2. Put your head in it. Fight it with fierceness. Bring out your fierce energy. Bring out your power. Birth it. Take it out. And deal with the situation with all power. Believing that you're in a situation where there will be unexpected victory during that time. Well, when you thought that you had lost, or when you thought that you wouldn't make it, there is triumph in your reading, pile number 2. Wow. I truly hope you heed this call, pile number 2. The power is with you. It's surrounding you. It's all around you. There's divine protection. There's divine power with you. You're not alone. And make use of this power. Go and face it, pile number 2. And you will see what your true power is. You will see your fierceness. You will be proud of yourself for facing this. You will, just like Kali's birth, you will birth your new power into your life. You will see what you're made out of. And you will realize that you're much more powerful than you gave credit for. Pile number 2. So what is going to win? You do see, oh my God, this vessel is just blowing my mind, because you see here the darkness and the light, and the battlefield that I just told you about that triggered Kali's emergence is the ancient war between the light and the dark. And this war takes place in our daily lives, in our minds, in our hearts, in our surrounding. And we choose which qualities we allow to become stronger in our lives. Pile number 2. Do we choose love or hate? Do we choose trust or doubt? Faith or fear? What do we choose? Do we choose our power, or do we choose to recluse? What are we choosing? What we're putting our attention into is where the energy is going to grow. So are we going to put it into fear, or are we going to put it into our power, claiming it, holding it, facing it head on, knowing that we're not alone, that we have energy supporting us, that we can do it. We have infinite power within us, infinite light that we can access. And the more we use that, the more our power exudes from our bodies, from our aura. And so you're being invited here, pile number 3, to let go of the resistance, the ideas that create this resistance between your internal power and what you can do with it. Choosing where to put your focus is the solution to this resistance, pile number 2. In fact, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out your tarot cards, and I'm going to get more advice from Spirit on what you need to do to end this fear and to face it head on. What can pile number 2 please do to end this fear, especially that we're seeing it's coming from the subconscious? You're not really always aware with it, it happens. How can pile number 2 face these fears and bring out their strength, their fierceness, please? What should pile number 2 to bring out their fierceness? Okay, we'll put this here. Always remember, you're surrounded by good luck. This is your crystal in this reading. You have the 9 of Swords, Again, one more time. Another Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of stress, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety over a certain situation. I feel for you, my dear pile number 2. I'm so sorry. You have the Lovers. And the Lovers card, by the way, is a card of choice. Choosing something. It's a long story in tarot with the Lover's card being a card of choice. I won't go through it now because I don't want to waste your reading talking about the cards. You have the Four of Swords. Okay. You have the Two of Wands. And you have the Eight of Swords. A lot of stuck energy. Feeling stuck. I feel for you, pile number 2. We have space for one more if we push these a little bit to the side. So what do we have now? The Knight of Cups. And what a beautiful Knight of Cups. You see someone who's being victorious, maybe someone who just won the war and everyone is admiring them, congratulating them, gaining a lot of respect and admiration for the war that they've been through. With the Vessel, I'm seeing a rebirth for you. A rebirth in how you choose to exude the energy. Would you want to function from a place of stress, or do you want to function from a place of tranquility? It's a choice, pile number 2. It is a great choice. Which one are you going to choose? And it's all in your hands. Once you feel afraid, it's in your hand to recluse or to bring out your fearness and to say, no, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to face it head on. And this is why you have the Two of Wands. It's really a choice here between the light and the dark, where you're going to put your energy in. Are you going to allow yourself to continue to feel stuck, or to face it head on and be the warrior that you truly are, a victorious warrior to be admired? It's a choice that is all in your hands, and that's what your cards are depicting here, pile number 2. It's really the long story of choice between lightness and darkness, which is in our everyday lives. Pile number 2, like we said, it's everywhere, including our minds and our hearts, which is the focus in your reading here. Choosing to be fierce, going straight on, realizing that you will be triumphant. I promise you, you will be triumphant. Pile number 2. Give it a try. Bring out your fearness and see just how much you can do for yourself. You'll give birth to some new power of yours. Fierceness that will never go away. It's yours to claim. Once you make that choice every single time, it'll be the new you. And that's why you're ending a cycle here in your reading. So all the best of luck, my dear pile number 2. I know you can do this. Bring out your fearness, pile number 2. Go ahead, face it straight on. And that was your reading, pile number 2. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. And it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person straight away, all while enjoying it. So if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to the book down in the description box. Check it out if you want. And pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Be bold. You can do it. Pile number 2. Hi, pile number 3. So you have chosen the Kali Yantra as well as the yellow Aventurine. So now let's take a look at your cards and see what your current resistance is. Such an interesting card. I'm really looking forward to this reading. But first, let's take out your oracle card and find out more about what your current resistance is. What is pile number 3's current resistance? How interesting that we have the hands here. So you have the cave tapping into a power. You even have the eyes here. Oh my goodness, this is tapping into the power of the yantra. The yantra is a meditative symbol, and it's like an entry point into the sacred realm. And gazing at the yantra, it allows our soul, if we focus, let me organize my thoughts. When we gaze into the yantra and we allow our minds to settle and we focus upon the yantra, which is the symbol that you see here, it represents the different aspects of life, the different directions of life. And with the 2 circles, you see life and death. Anyways, you see the 8 chakras, the nurturing Kali. Anyways, there's a lot of symbolism to the yantra, but focusing, settling and focusing on the yantra, it allows our soul to turn the subtle key that opens the gateway to merging with the divine. So you're tapping into strong energy here, perhaps through meditation or through actually gazing at the yantra. Let's find out. I mean, we still didn't see what the resistance is, but I was just mind blown at tapping into the strong power already. Wow, right? Unbelievable. Opening up our 3rd eye. It's just mind blowing. Oh, goosebumps. Okay. So you have the yellow Aventurine, which is a very powerful stone as well, by the way. Did you know that the yellow Aventurine has quartz, which magnifies its powers? So you have energy, power, confidence, a lot of energy here in your reading. Pile number 3. What is this about? Let's take out your tarot cards. So, can we kindly know what is pile number 3's current resistance, please? And what's going on here? I do see the forefinger here being highlighted, tapping into something. You know, you see the triangles here at the finger. Since we're talking, we've noticed the forefinger. The triangles are the 5 triangles of the human resistance. Oh, wow! I didn't even think about it. My goodness, the human conditioning. Is this reading magical or what? All right, we'll find out now as we take a look at your cards what your current resistance is. So what is pile number 3's current resistance? Are you like getting goosebumps too? It's like some energy speaking to us here, right? Pointing something. So what is pile number 3's current resistance, please? What is pile number 3's current resistance? you have the Four of Cups. Am I holding this the other way? No. Well, the Hierophant, we saw it, so let's take it out. So you have the Four of Cups. You have the Hierophant. I feel this one. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Hanged Man. And you have the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of cards here similar to pile number 2. You might want to check it out. If you want, of course. So what I'm seeing here, pile number 3, with the Hierophant, there's some learnings. You're crossing a critical spiritual threshold at the moment. And in order to do that, to come out of this cave, to make this transition, the spiritual ascension, there are some learning lessons that you're resisting at the moment that are critical to open up this gateway for you to ascend, to evolve spiritually. There's a strong ascension happening to you that with the Hanged Man are at the moment in a halt. You yourself feel stuck as well. And so this resistance is due to you having your cup full. And when you have your cup full, you don't allow for learning to happen. And the reason for that is what I see with the specific Four of Cups is that you're theorizing things a lot rather than actually tapping into it and experiencing it and gaining feedback to learn. Perhaps there is inner conflict of that has to do with fear here. That's the dragon here. The inner conflict has to do with fear. And so you try, apologies about that. You try to solve the situation cerebrally and you avoid tapping into your shadow, facing these fears, putting yourself out there, trying it out for yourself so that you get the feedback to look at fears straight into the eyes and to try it out for yourself. Because otherwise, you'll feel stuck in a stage where there's the old you and there's the new you trying to emerge, but it's not happening. Because you're not allowing yourself to receive the feedback needed for this evolution. And that's why we probably have the Kali Yantra, which is all about getting into the other realm, the sacred realm. And it's, did you notice it's all about gazing at it? You know, looking at it straight into the eyes. You might even want to, by the way, meditate with the yantra. It's amazing. And allow yourself to notice it, to look at it. It's wonderful because it enlightens the body. And this contemplation really opens up this inner doors of higher perception, you know, this mystical reconnection to our divine nature, perhaps helping you feel more powerful, feel more able to go through this, supporting you during that time. But do realize, pile number 3, that it's not about contemplating and cerebrally thinking about it over and over. Action has to be taken. And that's probably why you were attracted also to the yellow Aventurine. Like we said, it has quartz and it amplifies power. This is a time where you're finding yourself, you're finding your power, you're facing your shadows in order to ascend. With a Hanged Man, I'm seeing that you've already gone through a lot. In your ascension, you've learned a lot, you've done so much, but you cannot continue to grow without actually coming out of your bubble, out of your world, out of the cave, and into the real life, facing what you're worried about, so that you can get yourself unstuck and get into the path that awaits you, a more beautiful experience in your life that awaits you. And that will require strength and confidence and boldness, again here, to break out of this resistance. Thinking about it cerebrally is not enough. Pile number 3. This way, when you take yourself out, you build this bridge between you and the manifestation of your intentions. What you want to achieve, who you want to become. And you live a more beautiful experience in your life. It's awaiting you on the other side. And the yantra or the ascension here is like the hallway or the bridge for you to go from one realm into the other, where you're supposed to be. Pile number 3. And it's not going to work anymore by thinking about it, by setting theories. You are a very smart person, obviously, with the Hierophant. You think a lot, you depend a lot on your analysis and your conclusions. A systematic thinker has a process. You're very smart. But at this point in your ascension, thinking about it alone is not going to work. You have to throw yourself out there. Pile number 3. Throw yourself into the things that are considered your shadow, what you're afraid of facing. Boldly facing it, not being afraid of failing, not being afraid of having what you're afraid of happen to you. That's fine. Let it happen so that you can learn from it and go back and facing it. Let's say it doesn't work. Go back. Keep putting yourself back so that you can cross this threshold that's keeping you stuck at the moment. Break free from it and get it over with and done. Pile number 3. And you will see that it's not as tough as you think it is. Accept when it doesn't work out. Accept the failures that happened. Let it go. Learn from it and move on. And on the other side, you'll find exactly what you are dreaming of. Your beautiful life awaits you on the other side. Pile number 3. And always know, pile number 3, that what we want is outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes we have to break out of this comfort zone, break the bubble, burst it so that a rebirth happens. It's just like when a baby is born. You know how they say the water sac broke? I think it's called that. And that's when the baby has to come out now. There's rebirth happening with discomfort, with breaking out of our bubble. Pile number 3. This is what I'm seeing here for you. A strong rebirth, you getting in touch with your power, you ascending by tapping into that which you are afraid in real life, experiencing it, not just thinking about it, creating theories, reading about it, actually getting into the playing field, experiencing it, facing it head on, looking straight into your fears and not being afraid. This is where you'll have your ascension. Pile number 3. I'm going to now take out your tarot cards and ask Spirit for advice on what you can perhaps do or commit to in order to have a safe, enjoyable ascension. How can you enjoy this ascension? How can you do it smoothly? Okay. So you have the Three of Pentacles. The collaboration with others, perhaps? Does this have to do with other people? So collaboration with others, all right? Or learning from others who are great at the craft or great at what you are learning as well. That's another point. Interesting. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. Eight of Cups. Wow. Okay. You have the Page of Swords. You have the Four of Pentacles. Let's push these a little bit here. Okay. And you have the King of Pentacles. So what do I see here? So with the Eight of Cups, I'm seeing the advice of putting yourself in environments that are not high in stake. Practicing in environments that won't let you lose much. And so you can get into the battleground or the playing ground, learn, and then move on. I'm also seeing the advice of learn from what others are doing. This way you'll gain your own power too, because you'll use your own ideas as well as the ideas of the other people who succeeded. Don't reinvent the wheel. Watch, observe. But you can't be observing on the inside. You need to be observing on the outside, because this way you will get feedback to the responses that you have in mind, or responses to the ideas that you have in mind. You'll see what other people are doing to tug back the things you're worried about, the things that didn't work. Learn from the people who are experienced here. And through your trials and your observations of what people do with you or you do with them, or how the situation is going to go like, you will gain a lot of experience. So try things out first in the beginning in a safe place. Get more experience. Learn from the best and try to apply it on your own. Pile number 3 is the biggest advice that I'm seeing here from Spirit. Tapping into your shadow, not being afraid of it, seeing what other people are doing with what you're worried about, with this specific Four of Pentacles, I'm also seeing the advice of handling things from a place of relaxation. To think of things cerebrally. See, the King of Pentacles is someone who's grounded, someone who is balanced as well. Wise, takes their time to do the right thing. And so I'm seeing the advice of not being quick to react. And so with the Page of Swords, whenever you feel like you're going to react quickly, hold it. Display strength, calmness. Think about it. Take a couple of seconds before you give your reaction. That is your biggest advice here as well. Pile number 3, when dealing with your worries. Don't react straight away. By training yourself to wait a second or two before you give a reaction, before you give a response, before you move, you take control of your reactions. This way, you're not triggered from a place of shadow, but rather you allowed the trigger, if it happens, to come and go. Come, push it away, and now you've recentered and act from a place of power. Pile number 3. So pile number 3, that was your magical reading. It was such a pleasure for me to do it for you. I wish you all the best of luck. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it. It's small, it's straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. And it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. If you're interested in that, you'll find the link to that book down in the description box. And pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.